So 500 in the arena. Right, 1932. Good luck. We've not played before. No head-to-head score there. 2,600 games for my opponent. I've done what, 400 and something in rapid. 419 I'm up to now. Okay, let's just challenge for the center. Okay. I'm going to actually hit the bishop there straight away. Okay, he does choose to trade. So probably just bishop up, I guess. Logical development. Castle. Rook across. I'm going to bring the knight across to the king's side, I think. Make sure I guard my pawn though. I could go forward maybe, but I'm looking at doing something more like this. He's launched in the middle straight away. Okay. I think I should take there, but it might be a mistake. Does he go the knight? He does. So I'm going to drop back to stay on this attacking diagonal rather than here. So I've still got the option for the knight to come back. Maybe we could go forward, but it might be a waste of a move. So I'm going to come back and maybe go forward this way. I'm going to develop the bishop on this diagonal as well and try and point them both in this direction. Now up and takes, if rook takes it would be potentially good, but obviously right now you've got the queen as well. Okay. This, I think you can immediately counter it. I'm actually going to bring the knight into the middle rather than here, just to try and play something like this. And just open up the scope of both bishops together. Of course, if my opponent launches forward, I can just delay it. Maybe I can play a move like knight across, or we could always potentially come back if we need to. Very solid defense for black, though. Yeah, he's gotten the bishop out the way. So can I do this now? I guess you got this. I need to do it at some point, don't I? And try and unleash the power of the bishop if possible. Okay, so the queen comes forward. So we could pop the knight here. Actually, he's given me a chance to take the knight, hasn't he? He's given me a chance to do this and mess the structure up. It gives up the bishop pair. But I think it's worth the risk to do this. Now I can plant the knight in the middle, attack the pawn. So I'm going to do that. I'll pre-move in case he takes the rook. It is a check. Okay, he's gone across. So can we take and then throw a check in here, and he'll have to give up an exchange. So take, he'll have to take here first. But if I take, he's got queen takes. He's just covered, isn't he? So take, he takes here. Gain a knight, lose a rook, gain a rook. Either way, and then I've got a check. So I think it's takeable. I think he'll have to take my rook. Just because there's a knight check at the end of the sequence. Okay, so we've got the check to win an exchange. He does have a pawn push coming. So I'm assuming a move like queen up or across, and then the rook over should be good for me. There is a queen check actually to develop with tempo. Then rook across. Obviously this does attack my rook, but I can obviously move it. So he's gone there first. Oh, I'll just have to get the phone. Might just have to answer the phone now. I'll just cut that out. So if I throw in a check, if you take, I take here. Up, takes, it's all good. I could just take, check and grab a pawn, but it's a slight risk, isn't it? I think this is a winning endgame. If he takes, I take here first and then take back. Okay, so take the rook and then the queen. Okay, so I'm going to activate the rook. I could have gone here, but he can obviously defend, so it's not a complete walk in the park this yet, but these pawns are all light squares. There's only this one that isn't. I can't really stop him pushing and connecting here, so I'm going to try and run the king up. Now I need to try and get my rook eventually behind somehow if we can. Now maybe he is good as well because it's a light square. Okay, so he's gone to a light square. Now if I do this, it goes onto a dark square. But I need to try and fix this pawn further back, so I might have to risk something like this. Better on a light square if possible, but might not be possible. Although, up 2, bishop back, up, takes, 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 and they're all split. I'm going to go here first. Keep this move in reserve, or rook across in reserve. If we threaten to take, we isolate a pawn, then we open a file for our rook. So they're on light squares, we can shove this forward now, so... Again, I think it's okay to go on a dark square. We control this for now and we're threatening to push on. So I will guard this for a move, I think. Yeah, I don't think I want this. I think I'll go here for now. My king's close enough, I think. If you push, I can just trade a pawn. Maybe I want the rook on a dark square, just so I don't forget about it and allow some sort of attack. But again, I think I can push up here and just try and get some files open for the rook, get the pawn on the light square. So we can get the rook potentially active now, checking across. These pawns are on dark squares, so they're a bit more vulnerable. Okay, so he's gone there, so check. So you go back, up, takes, across. Gotta be a little bit careful, don't I? But I think a check's an okay move, an idea for this. Oh, he's gone there. So up, if you take across, and I'm threatening to take with a check, and then I've got this. But it's a useful pawn though, isn't it? Can I risk this and this? I'm not sure I can. So I'm looking at this. I'm going to come across, so I'll make sure I really guard my pawns and there's no risk of the bishop. Obviously there is a chance that he could run forward, but my king's still close to them. So I'm just going to try and put the king on a light square, then there's no bishop checks to worry about. Again, if pawn down, then I can do this. But I want my king on a light square first if I can manage it. Yeah, that's what he's done. So I think I go here first, then this, or here, with a view to taking at some point. I could go here first potentially, but let's get on a light square. There's no bishop check now, so there's no chance of walking into some silly pin, forgetting about it or something. So if I go here... no, I think I'll need to do this, don't I? Take, take, we've got a pawn. I just don't want to lose all my outside pawns. Can I run up here then, maybe? Let's threaten to bring the king up, because that pawn's on a light square. Now, there is this. So that's a bit annoying, potentially. But my rook's perfectly safe here, though. So here takes, here takes, takes. So what about back now? Here, here, back, rook across. It seems good to me, but actually there is a risk of this running, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not going to be silly and run the king too far away there. Then this can start mortaring. So I'm going to deal with this outside pawn. Hopefully I can take and come around the back, something like this. He can block a check, so it's not easy, and I don't want the king to collect this pawn. If I lose all my pawns, I'm not actually winning, but I can go here with a check now. You have to go forward or back, you can't go here. If he blocks, I just push up, and otherwise I've got rook across to take, I think. But this will probably get lost. So he has come up. Yeah, but if here and I take, if you take, I take this as well. So he has pushed now, but I think I'm okay here. I've just got to make sure I don't allow this pawn to run the whole way down. So if I get here, then I think I'm alright. There is this annoying move, but I can take and protect. Okay, if I lose this, as long as I stop this, it's not the end of the world. Then I'm threatening to take this and collect here. So take, hit another one. Then hopefully at some point I can sack the rook for the pawn and bishop and have two connected pawns, which would be winning. So I should be able to do something like this. Takes, 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 two pawns should be winning. I'll just start rolling them now. Or even just take there, can't I? Take, take, take. Yeah, that's just got to be winning. Now the king is currently in the box, so I can't run the pawn, but it's clearly winning. You just march them up the board, so that's a very good win. Excellent.